Thank you, Bill, for your wonderful music. I really appreciate it. And I want to thank you, Heidi, for your wonderful meditation, giving us a little history of your life as a London in this country and even before. You are a precious member of this congregation. And we're so pleased that you asked to pass some kind of service here for your mother. I was sitting in the lady when we were talking about your mother. One of the things that I think you might have picked up from her is that you will not allow people to ignore what is going on in the world. No, you want. You're going to put it up there in their faces. They're going to have to address it one way or another. Through ethics and tech, or lack of ethics and tech, as you would say it, or through your compassion about what's happening in Iran. And I made a mistake in my written message. I said Iraq, I should have been Iran. Your total dedication to the liberation and freedom of Palestinians. So I want to thank you for the commitment of your life. And the fact that here at Fellowship Church, you have given of your life to this church. So we cherish you as a member of the church for the Fellowship of all people. Amen. May the words of my mouth and the meditations of my heart find acceptance here in the hearts of those gathered and in the heart of the movers. Rumi said, "Open a window to God and begin to delight yourself by gazing upon Him through the opening. The business of love is to make this window in the heart. For the breast is illumined by the beauty of the beloved. Gaze incessantly on the face of the beloved. Listen, this is in your power, my friend." I want you to take just a few moments to let that sink in. Open a window to God within your heart. What a message this is for me, one that I need while my heart sinks so heavily and burdensomely during these times of massacre of Palestinians and their little towns. How such annihilation has made asunder one of my favorite Christmas hymns, "O Little Town of Bethlehem, how still we see thee lie, above thy deep and dreamless sleep, silent stars arise." How I have loved that. This traditional song has brought me a great sense of stillness when we sing it. A stillness that rests in what I call the all-pervading presence. A stillness resting in the profound mystery of existence. A stillness that does not anticipate, but a stillness that waits with a rested mind and soul. There is a simple beauty in the song that echoes the majesty of that in and beyond us, beyond our words, but in our world. When I read it or hear it, it brings a sense of quietude, of preparing me to listen to me. Listen to what is going on inside of me. It's not analogous by any stretch of imagination, but the song reminds me of the times when I would return from Christmas vacation to find the campus of Brown University covered with snow. It was so beautiful, so Christian. And I hesitated to even sow it by walking upon it. I beheld it as something new, something inexpressible, something horrible. Many years ago, I visited a friend of mine in Chicago who has been installed as pastor of his church. We were friends when he was in the Bay Area, and then he moved back to Chicago, his hometown. So I was there for his installation service. And I was just wild about the place because there was snow. And when I was supposed to speak at the service, I got up and told him, "Oh, how wonderful this is. I love the snow." And somebody from the congregation said, "Oh, why don't you take something with you when you go?" This song, "Over the Everything," was written by Phillips Brooks. He was one of the most outstanding ministers at the end of the 19th century. Just an absolutely great preacher, erudite, and acclaimed by so many. He voyaged to Bethlehem in December 1865. That was a very significant year, remember? Total slavery. Very significant year in the history of this nation and in its own life. By horseback, he journeyed from Jerusalem to Bethlehem on Christmas Eve and found himself in the fields where supposedly the angels appeared to the shepherds, making a grand announcement about the birth of a child who would incarnate good news for all the people, who would be wise and wonderful counselor for all the people, who would make a difference in the world. He found himself there in the field. And it was an extraordinary experience for him to experience this little town, so quiet, so kept, so beautiful in its simplicity. And then he attended Christmas Eve at the church of the Nativity, which is considered the birthplace of Jesus and the oldest church in the Holy Land. This experience of beauty, of peace, of clarity, and moodiness stayed with him when he returned to Philadelphia. Several years later, he wanted the children of his church to sing a new song for the Christmas Eve service. And sacred memories of the simple setting in Bethlehem restored his memory and soul. The words we know as the lyrics of this song were born again. He, however, Reverend Phillips, had no music to accompany the words, and asked the church organist, Louis Redman, to compose a simple melody for the children to sing on Christmas Eve. Nothing clicked for Mr. Redman. He kept trying and nothing would come until the night before Christmas Eve, when apparently the angels wrestled with him while he was trying to sleep, and he developed melody to the song that we sing even today. The reason I'm saying I have such a strange and difficult time with the song now is the reality that Bethlehem resides in the West Bank. It is occupied by Israeli-centered colonialists supported by the Israeli government. So when I think over the town of Bethlehem House, it keeps hitting me when it's occupied. lying serenely. It is occupied. I saw a portion of an interview with Palestinian Christians, Mother and Isaac, and Tamar Haddad. This was at NPR. And it's about their efforts to try to convince American lawmakers to support a ceasefire in the war between what they said, Israel and Hamas. I don't like that. It's Israel and the Palestinians. It's not just against Hamas. If it's just against Hamas, you might murder 20,000 people. So he talked about what was happening in Bethlehem, and the word went out to the host that the city of Bethlehem, the Christian leaders in the city, said that they will skip Christmas festivities this year in solidarity with the people of Gaza. And they would ask these two guests, well, what about this? What does it mean to not celebrate Christmas? Why have you all decided to do that? And Isaac responded, because it's impossible to celebrate when people are going through a genocide. And we're sending a message. Enough, enough. We hope this war ends as soon as possible. So no rights, no decorations, nothing. No lights, no decoration. No one feels, no one is in a good mood to celebrate. They would ask what happened when they were in Washington talking with the lawmakers. The horse response wasn't, it depends on which staffers we talk to. Some were completely against a ceasefire, especially on the Republican side. It was actually tough having some of these conversations with them, focusing on eradicating Hamas and not really caring about all the civilians, the civilian casualties in Gaza. Isaac said, if the United States government, which boasts itself religious freedom and protecting religious communities, and so much talk about it, if they're not willing to consider a letter signed by the churches in Bethlehem and a trip precisely for that, then I think that's an indictment to policymakers in the U.S. who will get the message so. Isaac says, yay. We were told that the president got the letter. We hope that that's true. The letter was written by representatives, as I said, of the churches of Bethlehem, Orthodox, Catholic, Armenian, Syrians, Melchites, and Lutherans. I have the letter with me and started reading. For years, as followers of Jesus, we have called for peace that is based on justice. This man has been crying for peace and justice for 75 years. And it's time justice is served. It is time everybody can live with dignity in this land. The Palestinian and Israeli children deserve to live in hope and dream. Dear Mr. President, there can be no peace and security without justice and equality. There can be no peace and security without equal rights for all. Siege, violence, and war cannot bring peace and security. A comprehensive and just peace is the only hope for Palestinians and Israelis. Right. Oh, little town of Bethlehem, occupied today. At our last Zoom, beloved community check-in, one of the members of our church, I won't mention her name because I don't said that she felt that each of the bullets killing Palestinians had her name written on it. Powerful. Each bullet killing Palestinians had her name written on it. It reminded me that I'd also been visited by my conscience, maybe the same night. I was trying to sleep, but something kept coming into my slumber that my taxes paid for this war. I gotta wrestle with that. I am therefore complicit in the atrocities being committed. That's where we have it on you, Steve. I want to talk with you a little bit more. However, as I was writing, there was a light that came through. It was a light that said, "Yet in thy dark streets shine the everlasting light. Within the darkness, there's light. The hopes and fears of all the years are light indeed tonight." I realized that life was different when Jesus was born. His people were under occupation, Roman occupation. Fear was ever present. Yet on this holy night, a light, everlasting and hope-filled, fueled creation and culture. Hope intersected with fear. Fear of the subjugating power of Rome. Fear of fear itself. Today, we pay tribute to Paragash Rumi, mother of our cherished member, Rahi Ghazali, and his brothers who are together here. She was a light. Penetrating the darkness. A light that clarified that women's rights are human rights as she marched against persecution of women in Iran. The women doesn't say Iran, it's just Iran. She was a light that shone in demonstrations supporting the Palestinians and calling for a ceasefire, turning the chair that she had been offered because of her elderly age into a stand, so that the sentiments expressed on her side could be seen among the crowd. She was a light, respecting all religions and instilling that in her family. She was a light that supplanted fear with hope. If she could do that, I must also. Open a window to God and begin to delight yourself by gazing upon Him through the opening. The business of love is to make this window in the heart. For the breast is illumined by the beauty of the beloved. Gaze incessantly on the face of the beloved. This is in your power, my friend. O Holy Child of Bethlehem, descend to us, we pray. Cast out our sin and enter in. Be born in us today. We hear the angels, Christmas angels, the great tidings tell. O come to us, abide in us. O Lord, Amen.